But the reality is that no matter how sick you make yourself feel, no matter how much you worry about it, you physically cannot change the results. You cannot go back and retake the test from yesterday. So there's no point of stressing yourself over something like that. Hey guys, today's video is going to be all about my tips and tricks on how to manage and deal with stress. I feel like it's something we can all relate to, whether your stress comes from school, from work, or maybe even people. I don't know about you guys, but when I'm stressed, I feel like I can't sleep right. I'm in this really grouchy, mean mood, and nothing is going right. So if you guys are interested in hearing my tips and tricks on how to de-stress, then just keep watching. Tip number 1 is to organize your environment around you. Whether this be your room, your workspace, your car, just go ahead and tidy up. I feel like if you have a decluttered area, it's a great way to also declutter your mind. I feel like whenever my environment is very cluttered or disorganized, it actually adds stress to me. So I feel like tidying up around you is a great first step towards relaxing and de-stressing. Tip number 2 is to take a break from everyone and everything just to calm down and gather your thoughts. And I'm not trying to say that you shouldn't get people's advice or vent to people, but I'm saying after that, sometimes it's nice to spend time alone and gather your own thoughts. When I hear from too many people, or some people are very pressuring, I almost feel like it's more overwhelming than beneficial. So once you finally take time to be alone and, calm down, do things that make you happy, such as maybe going for a walk, spending time at the beach, reading a good book, listening to some good music. Another thing is working out, because you can release endorphins that way to boost your mood. So basically just do anything that is going to put you into a positive state. Tip number 3 might sound contradicting to the last one, but again, being selective with who you're talking to. Vent and spend time with somebody you really feel comfortable with and somebody you trust. For me, if I spend time with my sister, she always knows how to make me feel better and put me into a good, happy mood. So go ahead and rely on your best friend, a family member, a sibling, whoever it is that can always cheer you up. And I almost forgot this one. If you have a pet, go ahead and play with it. I feel like animals always know how to make people feel better, and they can kind of sense your mood. Tip number 4 is to go ahead and write everything out. I feel like it's a great way to visualize what's bothering you and go ahead and remove the clutter from your head and organize it on paper. I feel like once you have everything written down, most of the time you'll realize that what you're worrying about actually isn't that big of a problem, and it'll probably be irrelevant within a week or so. Another thing you'll usually realize is that every single problem you have has some sort of solution. So let me just give you a couple of examples. So here's one example of the first thing I was talking about. Let's say you took an exam yesterday and you think you failed it. So you're making yourself sick over it, you're worrying that you didn't do well, but the reality is that no matter how sick you make yourself feel, no matter how much you worry about it, you physically cannot change the results. You cannot go back and retake the test from yesterday. So there's no point of stressing yourself over something like that. And on the other side of things, let's say you have an exam tomorrow. Stressing and making yourself sick over it is not going to be productive. It's not going to help you do any better. So instead of wasting your time feeling sick and anxious, put that energy towards studying and doing something that's going to actually help you do better for the test tomorrow. Okay, now I'm going to share my example for a solution to every problem. So it might not be the outcome that you want, but there is always some sort of solution. So let's say you're in a toxic relationship. This can be an actual relationship, or this can even be with your friend. And you've tried really, really hard at working at it, trying to make the person, respond better to you, and they're just not changing. You really can't change someone else's behavior, but you can change the fact that you're dealing with it. So, if you're in some sort of situation like that that's stressing you out, you can't change it, but go ahead and just remove yourself from the situation, and it's no longer a problem. Tip number 5 is to remember all of the things in your past that you've gone through that were also stress and hard on you, and that you survived. I feel like this should make you feel confident in the fact that whatever's bothering you right now, you can and will get through it again, even if it's tough. So just realize whatever is bothering you, you're going to get through it and you're going to come out of it stronger and wiser for the future. My final tip is to treat yourself. I definitely think it's okay to spend a little money on yourself, take some time to yourself, whatever it is that makes you feel good. So this can be something like maybe getting your nails done, maybe going to spend the day at the spa, or even something small if you don't have that available in your budget, like going out to buy your favorite cup of coffee or tea and just thinking of that as a treat for the day. So overall, I feel like if you take care of yourself physically and mentally, you're gonna be that much closer to feeling de-stressed. Okay guys, those are my 6 tips on how to de-stress. I hope you guys found this video to be helpful. If so, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you're new. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!